Hi everyone. So I want to start by having you all imagine a life where it was work 24/7, just constantly your mind is flooded with thoughts from work, and there was no way to escape the stress that work brings. That does not sound very enjoyable to me, does not seem like a very fun way to live, and I'm sure everyone here is grateful to have a life outside of work where you can use different activities or hobbies to focus your mind on something else that isn't work. And for me, painting has always been the activity that I use to distress myself and calm the busy thoughts that I think come from school and work. So, to further explain my point, I'm going to talk about how I got into painting, some of my favorite pieces, and actually show some of my favorite pieces that I've done, and then explain why I think painting has helped shape me into the person that I am today. So, even though I've always enjoyed painting ever since I was little, it's always been a fun activity for me. I never got serious about it until I was about 11 or 12. I still am not too serious about it. It just became a bigger part of my life around that age. So for Christmas of my 6th or 7th grade year, I can't remember the specific year, but my parents got me a full paint set that came with the full size easel, a bunch of paintbrushes, and a bunch of paints. So it was the perfect starter kit for me. And even though I don't have that specific paint set anymore, I think that's what jump started my hobby of painting. And I ended up sticking with painting all these years because even today I need an outlet where I can just escape the intensity that life brings me sometimes, do something on my own terms. Like when I paint, I don't have a due date. Like I can take as much time as I want. I can choose the colors, choose what I want to paint. I have complete control over the whole process, which is probably my favorite part of painting, just how much control I have and how relaxing it can be because of that. So now that you know why or how I got into painting, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite pieces that I've done. So before I start, I want to explain I never premeditate any of my pieces. I just kind of go with the flow, I guess, and see what happens. But this first one I'm going to talk about is a little rough. This is one of the first ones that I did when I got that paint set that I talked about earlier. So yeah, I was about 11 or 12 when I did this one. The canvas itself actually, I'll show you. Oh gosh. The canvas itself, it already had an outline of a flower vase with a bunch of flowers on it. And yeah, I didn't really pay attention to detail. I just kind of blobbed it all on there. But I actually chose to talk about this piece because it has some sentimental value attached to it. I ended up giving that one to my grandma when I finished it because I thought she should be blessed with it. But she had it hung up on her wall. Literally since the day I gave it to her, she had it hung up on her wall, which it made me feel proud even at this older age. But we ended up losing my grandma this past December, and so it really helps me feel connected with her today. So I'm gonna keep it forever because of that. But okay, my next piece, I haven't actually finished it yet. It's kind of a long process. There's kind of some details that take a while, but I just really enjoy the colors on this one. And again, I'm not a professional, but it's a peacock in a tree. I still need to finish the details in the tree and then the feathers and then finish some of the details on the face. But I really like this one because it makes me feel happy because of the bright colors in it. And so yeah, I feel like it's gonna end up being one of my favorite pieces just because of the bright colors in it. But this next one, I wanted to show you one that I'm just started a couple days ago, so it's like early stages, so it looks like an outline. But I thought I'd talk about it still just to give an idea of what kind of artwork I like to do. But it's a woman's side profile. Yeah, the background is a bright pink because I like bright colors. But yeah, she's smoking. I don't smoke. I just thought it looked cool. So now that you have an idea of the kind of artwork that I like to do, I'm going to explain how I think painting has helped shape me into the person that I am today. I truly think through painting I've developed some pretty good qualities and it's actually helped me grow as a person. I consider myself to be a very laid back person. I try not to let things affect me too much. And I think I developed this straight through painting. For example, if I'm painting and I make a mistake on the canvas, I don't let it ruin the whole experience. I'll just see how I can turn that mistake into something better and take the painting into a new direction that I didn't think to take it before. I also credit painting to keeping my creative side alive, even in my adult life. I think older people tend to forget how important it is to be creative. For me personally, I think my creativity is actually going to benefit me in the future because it helps me see problems in a way that maybe someone else hasn't seen them before, and it will help me solve problems in a new and maybe even more effective way than someone else might. But yeah, painting has been and will always remain my main way of escaping the stress that life brings me sometimes. And I'm very happy to be able to share an important part of my life that is painting, from how I got into painting to some of my favorite pieces, and how I think painting has helped change me or shape me into the person I am today. And I just think it's important for everybody to have a hobby or an activity in their life that they can use to escape reality sometimes. And yeah, I'm happy that painting is mine.